Hello and welcome to this presentation. I'm glad you made it to this place. For you to be here, it means you are looking for the right opportunity to be able to relocate the right way out of Africa and work legitimately in Europe. This particular presentation is going to be exposing you to the Luxembourg health work opportunity open for healthcare workers. It is a verified pathway, right, for Nigerians. It is also a step-by-step transparent breakdown on how you can also be able to relocate legitimately. This presentation is brought to you by J Smart Ventures International, and I'm John Uduma, the Chief Consultant. Before we proceed, I want you to take a look at this particular video testimonial of somebody who's recommending our company for travels because we have been in this business for quite some time. Take a look at this video.
Hello everybody, my name is Dr. Hilary Agwon. I want to officially recommend J Smart Ventures. If you want to travel to Canada, if you want to travel to anywhere in Europe, anywhere you want to travel to, they got your back. I'm presently recording this from Canada, from my room. It's amazing to work with J Smart. Please, I recommend him. Also see how you can recommend him. I also use him for all your visa applications and everything. Thank you so much and have a wonderful time. My name is Dr. Hilary, President of Great Achievers Initiative for Youth and Community Development, focus on the boy child, and the CEO of Humira Group. Thank you so much, J Smart, for all you do. God bless you.
Now, who exactly are we? Welcome, you are the right place. This is J Smart Ventures International, and like I said earlier, I'm John Uduma. J Smart Ventures International has been in existence for the past 10 years with our registration successfully done with CAC and also recognized by the Institute of Travel Professionals of Nigeria. We have been able to have a record of helping a minimum of 1,000 persons to relocate legitimately out of Africa, whether for work, for study, even for mere vacations. We are your go-to travel consultants to be able to achieve this. Why exactly are we doing this presentation today? Let's move on to the next slide. Why are many people confused about travel offers? This question is a question most people keep asking every now and then. Why am I confused about travel offers? Number one, there are too many offers that sounds too good to be true, but end up being fake or incomplete. I'm sure you might have fallen victim to things like this, where you see offers that look so enticing, sounding so good to be true. We can help you achieve this, achieve that, and achieve this, and you spend your money and you don't get the result. This is one of the reasons why people get confused. Another reason is the fact that people lose money, get half information, or experience a whole lot of delays. This is one thing that keeps happening every now and then in the travel industry, especially for those who are looking for how to relocate for job opportunities outside Africa. This particular presentation is also going to clear all the confusions and show you the verified route through which you too can travel and work abroad. What are you going to be learning in the next 15 to 20 minutes? You are going to be getting the exact breakdown of the Luxembourg healthcare job pathway. You are going to be getting the eligibility requirements, the timelines, and every necessary information you need to be able to relocate through this particular route. You are also going to be getting the transparent process from training to relocation, how we verify job offers. We are also going to be exposing you to that, and also realistic expectations and outcomes. All right, let's continue with the overview of the Luxembourg healthcare opportunity. Let's begin with why this opportunity is one of the most in-demand routes for Nigerians right now. Why are we looking at Luxembourg? Number one, high demand for healthcare assistants and caregivers. Luxembourg has a very high demand right now for healthcare assistants and caregivers. You can go online and make your research about this. They are actually in need of people like this. They also have a very attractive salary. Luxembourg is also seen as one of the richest countries in the world, so their salary is very attractive. They don't have any language barrier. English is a popular language there, and they have a very English-friendly environment. Now, they also have a safe, structured EU system. So it is seen as a safe, structured European Union country. It also has a strong legal migration and work policy. A strong legal migration and work policies. Now, let us look at the legal work pathway overview. The step-by-step legal process. Now, before you can work in Luxembourg, you must, number one, have all the necessary documents. I'm going to be explaining this to you as the video goes on, right? Now, after those documents, you also need to get a legally approved job appointment or job offer. Now, once that is gotten directly from the embassy, there will be an approval placed on this offer before you can even be issued a visa. Now, the entire pathway is also structured, well structured, and highly recognized. This particular pathway through which we are helping you to access this country is well structured and highly recognized. Now, the truth is, there are no shortcuts to this particular process. It is a verified professional route. This particular process is a verified professional route. There are no shortcuts. So if you are looking for shortcuts, maybe you have to look somewhere else. But with this, there are no shortcuts. Now, eligibility. Who exactly can apply for this? Who can apply for this particular offer? Number one, anybody can apply. You don't necessarily have to have a medical or nursing background. I'm going to guide you on why I said so and how you can also benefit from this, right? You don't necessarily have to have a foreign travel experience. So you see, the aspect of travel history is not really necessary for this particular application. We don't also have age discrimination. Anybody, any age can apply, especially if you are medically fit and sound for the job. And also, you don't need IELTS for this particular process, right? So these are the basic eligibility for you to be able to apply for this particular offer. Now, let us watch this particular video again. This is a real life story from Chioma, who is presently based in Luxembourg and working there. Watch the video.
Hello everyone, my name is Choma. I'm making this video to say a very big thank you to the Esther Ganu Foundation and J's Smart Ventures International. I'm so grateful. I did my nursing training 3 years ago with them, and they have been very, very helpful throughout my whole journey, from the processing of the visa to the training to getting the job to moving, accommodation. They have been so helpful. I'd like to say a very big thank you to them. God bless them in Jesus' name.
Now, let's move on to the introduction, the full process. How do we help you out? Let's break down the entire process clearly. What exactly are we going to do for you? How do we make this work for you? Follow through with this presentation so you can understand better. Now, the step one is training and certification. Training and certification, especially for those of you that don't have a background in the health sector. This is where we are going to assist you. We work in partnership with clinical institutions based here in Nigeria that gives these trainings and make you qualified enough to work abroad. Now, what's the duration of the program? The training lasts for a minimum of 6 months, and you'll be getting a diploma in certified nursing assistant and caregiving, right? Now, the institution we work with, like I said earlier, is a clinical institute based here in Abuja. For more information about the institution and all, you would get that by the time you start with this process, right? Now, what type of certifications are you getting? We have a certification called AMCA. You can make your research on that. AMCA is directly from the American Association of Caregivers, right? You also have a certificate called SDCC. Now, SDDC, this comes directly from Canada, gives you permission to work as a caregiver anywhere in the world. And finally, you also have health and safety certificate that also comes from the US and from Dubai. It gives you permission to work anywhere in the world. Now, these certifications and licenses gives you a global accreditation and relevance to be able to practice as a caregiver and a nursing assistant anywhere in the world. Now, why is this training mandatory for this pathway? Why is this training mandatory for this pathway? If you remember the last presentation or the last slide, I mentioned about the legal pathway. Without you being legally recognized to work in Europe, you cannot get access to the health sector in Luxembourg. And the health sector is seen as one of the sectors that have the highest pay. So we are not here to promote just menial jobs. We are promoting something that would give you access to a legitimate and a good paying role in the country. Let's move on to the next slide. The step 2 now, after you have gotten the accreditation and the certification, the step 2 would now be to get a verified job offer and appointment letter. A verified job offer and appointment letter. A verified job offer and appointment letter. Now, this is where JSmart comes in. What JSmart Venture does now is to work with verified partners. These partners are hospitals in these countries where we are sending you to. We are looking at Luxembourg for this particular presentation. Now, we work with partner hospitals in Luxembourg, 100% verified hospitals. That is where we are going to be getting the job offers from. And this comes with a barcode you can scan to verify yourself to be sure that it is 100% legit. It comes with a barcode that you can scan to be sure that this is 100% legit directly from the hospital. Now, you also be getting an officially recognized appointment letter, just like I said earlier, an appointment letter. Now, there are no fake job offers. Like I said, you can verify all of these things. So when you get the offer, you verify it. All documents are 100% verifiable through the proper channels. Let's move on to the step 3. Now, the step 3 would now be the visa support and documentation. The visa support and documentation. Now, the documents needed for this process, number 1, are the certificates and licenses, like I said earlier, then the job offer, right? A recognized and verified job offer, your international passports. These are the basic things that we need to proceed with the visa process and documentation. JSmart Ventures also help in preparing all of these documents because we would have trained you. And even if you already have an experience in the health sector, all we do for you is to help you get the license. Those licenses and international accreditations, these are the basic documents we now use to proceed to the visa application process. Now, the expected processing timelines for the visa process is between 2 to 4 months. Within 2 to 4 months. So after you have done the training, you have gotten your accreditation, you have gotten your licenses, within the next 2 to 4 months, we will start the visa processing for you. We also check through all of the documents that have been submitted to avoid common mistakes. These simple mistakes are the things that affects the visa decision. So you getting the job offer does not give you a 100% guarantee that the visa will be out. But as long as we do the documentation right and we avoid common mistakes, you have a higher chances. What's the step 4? The step 4 would now be your relocation and legal placement. Now, after we have been able to successfully get the visa for you, after we have helped with the process and the embassy has approved your visa, the next thing now would be your relocation and legal placement. So we'll be assisting you with the airport arrival guidance. The company that is employing you would have people to pick you up from the airport, and then they will take you straight for your legal work placement and everything you need to settle in the country. Now, for most of these offers, it comes with accommodation support, right? And finally, you will have a smooth transition into the work environment. Now, this is you arriving. But we don't just leave you there. You don't just arrive and then we forget about you. No, we keep following up. That's what leads us to step 5. Step 5, we have an ongoing community support. We have a WhatsApp community where we post updates, we monitor you, we guide you. Even if you have an issue in the country, we are there to assist you. We have 1 or 2 persons we can call to guide you on all that you need to be able to fix your issues in the countries. We also have an aspect of question and answer support while you are still processing this whole thing. So the community is there to guide you on how to go about all of these things. You can access us directly. The community admins are 100% accessible, right? So this community also has aspects of relocating and working legally. Now, by the time you have gotten there, you feel you want to try somewhere else, we are also going to be there to guide you on what to do. Now, after all of these things that has happened, what is the next thing? Most clients would have a lot of questions. What exactly are these particular questions? We are here to answer the client's frequently asked questions. The number 1 question is, what if I don't have a health sector background? What if I don't have a health sector background? The first thing you need to do is simple. You simply have to take the training for 6 months, either online or in person. If you're going to be taking the training online, you will definitely still have to come to campus 2 weeks before graduation for practicals and also for picture proofs. I'm going to show you some of those proofs. These picture proofs are part of the things we collate together for your job application. They will be sure that you truly went through this training. Now you might be asking, what if I'm not in Nigeria and I cannot access the campus 2 weeks before graduation? We would route you to organizations where you are. We can give you a letter, you take it to the hospital and make sure you do your practicals there and send us proofs, because all these things are things we are going to be collating for your application, both for the job and for the visa. Now, once the training is done, your certification and international accreditation and license is going to be sent to you. You are going to get it, right? Now, we'll proceed with the job application and also get the job offer. Using these particular documents we have gotten, we will now proceed to the job application and get the job offer. Finally, we'll then apply for the visa with all the documents and wait for the embassy's decision, which we always hope to be a positive decision. The next question most people ask is, what if I have a health sector background? What if I have a health sector background? In this particular case, you don't necessarily need the training. What we do is we verify your certificates to be sure that it is up to standard. If it is not up to standard, you might have to go for the training, but for 3 months, right? Now, once it is up to standard, the only thing we now have to do is to apply for the necessary international accreditations and licenses needed for the application. We apply for the international accreditations and the licenses needed for the application. Now, once we have done this and we have successfully gotten it, right, we will now proceed with the job application and also get the offer. Once we have gotten the offer, the next thing now is to apply for your visa, wait for the embassy, and hope for a positive response. Now, the next question most people ask is the job guaranteed? As much as we don't give a 100% guarantee to anything because we don't own the country, we don't own the company, we can assure you that if we meet all the necessary requirements, you have a high chance of getting this job. Once you meet all the necessary requirements, you have done the training, you have the certifications, you have the accreditation, and you have the license, you have a high chance of getting this particular offer. What is the next question people are asking? How long does this process take? How long does this process take? This particular response is in 2 formats. Now, number 1, if you are taking the training lasts for 6 months and the job visa process takes within 2 to 4 months. So you are going to be spending 6 months on the training and also be calculating within 2 to 4 months for you to get a job and also get the visa. So when you calculate all of this things together, you'll see you are spending approximately 10 months for this. Now, we are not rushing. Remember, we are trying to get it right this time. You have been rushing all this while and yet you are still in Nigeria. So be patient this time and be ready to get it right. Number 2 aspect is, if you already have your health certificates and you don't necessarily have to go through the training, right? All we need to do is to help you get the necessary licenses and all. Now, the process for all of these things, both the necessary licensing and all, will take between 3 to 5 months now before you'll be able to get the job and also the visa, right? So the total for this should be about 3 to 5 months compared to the other one that is about 8 to 10 months, right? So this is basically how long this process takes. There's another question people ask: what happens if my visa is delayed? What happens if my visa is delayed? Now, number 1, we don't have the power to influence the embassy's decision. So if it is being delayed, we will simply have to wait and follow up with the process. That is just the truth. Now, the other aspect now is, what if it gets denied? We would always check the reason behind this denial. Why is it being denied? Now, when we check the reason behind the denial, we'll check and see if it is something we can fix and then reapply. But if it is beyond our control, that is where we activate the aspect of refund. And I'm going to explain that refund very soon. Now, what is the next question people ask? What is the payment process? This payment process is divided into 2. The first is for those with health sector background. For those with the health sector background, the fee for this type of persons is 5 million naira. Right? Now, that 5 million naira is paid in milestones. You are not giving us the money immediately. Now, look at the milestone. This is how it goes. The initial deposit is 50%, which is 2.5 million. Now, this covers for your international accreditation, it covers for your license, and it also covers for your job offer. So you know what you are paying for. What you are expecting from us now is to get your international license, your accreditation, and also get a job placement. Once you have seen the job placement, that's when we'll now be able to go to the visa process, right? Now, at that point, we'll be expecting a 25% deposit upfront because the first payment you have made has been used for what you have gotten, right? Now, that 25% is what we are going to use now to proceed with the visa application. Now, by the time we make the visa application, we'll start expecting a response from the embassy. The balance is only paid once the visa is out. So the remaining 25% is now paid once the visa has been granted. And if for any reason we are looking at a refund, that particular money you paid for the visa process is where we have a refund on. Remember, the first initial deposit has covered the other expenses for your accreditation and also your job placement. Mind you, it's not a must to process your visa through us, but we always advise you do it with us because we know how we were able to do the accreditation. We know the right channels that can help us make this work out the right way. Now, for the second part, the payment process now for those without the health sector background, the total amount is about 6 million naira. Just like the other people with the health background, you are also making a 50% initial deposit. And this covers for your training, your 6 months training. It covers for your accreditation, for your certification, for your license, and also covers for your job placement. Now, once we have gotten this, we will now expect the next 25% before you will be able to now proceed for the visa application. And once the visa is out, you would pay the balance and travel. Now, look at some of the other testimonials we have. These are the pictorial testimonials of the last batch that have been able to successfully finish their training and also been able to start their visa processes and will be traveling by next year. Most of these people are leaving by next year because we have started their process. I've already shown you testimonials of those who left earlier. These particular people are the ones leaving by next year. So this is the point where I mentioned earlier that you will need picture proofs of your graduation, of when you were doing your training with your cohort and all your course mates. All these proofs are used for the application. Now, are you ready to start your journey? You have watched this presentation from the beginning to this particular part. And I'm sure you won't just want to leave with information like that. It is now that you need to make a decision. For you to start your journey, it is good for you to work with a verifiable and reliable agency. It is good to work with an institution that can guide you every step of the way. And that's why we are here. We'll be happy to work with you. We'll be willing to guide you through the whole process. If you are ready to start your verified journey to Europe through this particular program, your next step is very simple. Join our verified WhatsApp community. The link will be attached below this video. Just scroll down. Join the verified WhatsApp community right now, where we'll walk you through the enrollment and verification steps for the next batch. Do that right now. Click the link attached below this video to join the community. Once you join, you can reach out to the admin, ask your questions, and we are able to guide you. I'm sure we've answered most of the questions here. The next step is for you to get started. We'll be willing to help you. Thank you so much for watching to this part. I remain John Uduma, your favorite travel consultant, and I'm waiting to work for you. Thank you.